Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Student Vegetable Diaries. I'm Ben Wilkins and I'm going to be your host for the next 7 to 8 months hopefully, and I'm going to teach you and tell you and guide you through these months, showing you how to grow vegetables in your own home simply, cheaply, effectively in the smallest spaces available. The Student Vegetable Diaries, basically the idea for it came because when I started growing a couple of years ago, I had no idea what I was doing, and even though I read books, I just wanted something to show me what I was doing and how I was doing it. So I'm hoping that's what I'm going to provide for you. This is Flexing. I'm very fortunate because I have a fair amount of space now to grow whatever I want, but I'm going to ensure that we're going to go on location to halls of residence and other locations to show you what is achievable by using inventive methods in spaces that are available to everyone. The project's very simple. The setup's very cheap and simple. It's basically a camera phone with a tripod, very useful tripod, and any and every cheap and free software available. There's going to be no fancy production value, but it's going to be a learning curve for me and hopefully a learning curve for you on gardening. It's a quiet time of year, admittedly, but there is stuff we can do now in preparation for next year, or even there's some small things we can start growing now. In the first episode we're going to look at growing cress, which I know doesn't sound overly exciting, but it's a great place to start for any first-time grower. And we're going to do this on location at a student halls of residence in Oxford, which we're going to go travel to now. Right, so now we're here at one of the student halls of residence in Oxford. This is going to be my adopted flat for Student Vegetable Diaries to show you that even at student halls of residence, there are spaces available for you to grow vegetables. In halls of residences and flats, the best space available is usually a window ledge. Just make sure it gets some direct sunlight and it should be good. Today, for the first Student Vegetable Diaries attempt at growing, we're going to do cress. Cress is a microherb and can be used in all sorts of cooking. It can be used as a garnish, it can be used to flavour sandwiches. Cress is a fantastic thing to grow because it's very simple and it grows very quickly. So you can hopefully be eating your first batch of cress within 5 days. The equipment you'll need for cress growing includes a container, or you can make your own using a silver packet using some scissors, which I'll show you in a minute, a tray to fit the container in, some seeds, some water and some compost. It is possible to grow cress on cotton wool or tissue, but for future veg growing we will be using compost, so I thought we might as well make a start of it now. A way to make your own container is to cut off the bottom of the cereal box and then pierce holes in the bottom to allow for compost drainage for water uptake. Once the compost is in, you can then water your compost, but take care not to water it too quick because otherwise the compost may overflow. You can also put water straight into the tray as the holes that have been made will allow the water to be absorbed by the compost. You can now take your cress seeds and sprinkle them quite liberally over the compost, trying to cover as much as you can. Once your seeds are on, you can then take the tray and put it next to a windowsill. It will usually take about 4 to 7 days indoors for cress to be ready, and it usually depends on the temperature of the room. For information where you can buy compost and seeds, check out the accompanying fact sheet for episode 1. To harvest the cress, you can then cut them off with scissors. You can then use the cress to add a peppery kick to a salad, or you can put it on top of a pasta topping, or as a sandwich filler. Now that we've finished our first attempt at growing in the flat, we're going to head back to Flexney. Right, well that was the first episode of Student Vegetable Diaries. I hope it's been as informative as I planned it would be, but if it's not, let me know. If you want some more information, look on the fact sheet, info sheet that comes attached to this video. The next episode will be in about a month's time, and I'm hoping to look more into herbs, because again it's a very cold time of year. But the aim is around the end of January, early February, these video podcasts will come out every 2 weeks, so we can give real-time advice and step-by-step guides on how to grow things that you can eat before the end of term. Until next time, thank you very much.